Hanya nafas didengari, aku puas rasa melengkapi lagu. Rumah tempat berteduh hingga usia rapuh, hanya kau dan aku. Ku rela kau dipanggil kembali, walaupun sakitnya hampir mati. Menyentuh bara api, hampir jadi benci. Ku rela kau dipanggil kembali. Ini rahasia Tuhan, tertulis masa depan. Bisa kita mengulik masa indah bila aku mencurigai apa yang tertulis buatku. Kian berat bila tiba siang. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the C Morning Show. And we already had Noh Salleh right now, who was just performing with us.
Yep.
Rahsia Tuhan had become, on the top music Malaysian music chart. By the way, good morning. We're making this special area for you. Like, this is your own stage, by the way,
Great
no?
to have you here,
Yes,
man.
and thank you for performing as Rahsia Tuhan.
Terima kasih.
So please do share with us. It has such a deep and emotional, not only the lyrics, but the arrangement of the music and whatnot. What really inspired you to write the songs and to have this melody just like this?
Rahsia Tuhan is kind of weird process in a way because it's been 19 years in the music industry. So the process was usually, especially on Noh Salleh project,
Yeah.
Aside from my band Hujan, Noh Salleh is like the kind that you don't push art,
Okay.
When I have the inspiration, I write. When you don't have, you don't push it. But for this particular song, we have this one friend that wanted me to do a soundtrack for her. So it's like, no, please write this song for me. So for 1 year, I keep on rejecting her, like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Putting it aside from the box for a moment.
So I don't know how she did it. She put me and my wife on an island.
Oh.
Yeah. So the song was inspired by the movie. So she provided this is the journal for the main cast. And but the inspiration, I think, mostly is from our trauma for the past. Yeah, my wife, we had a miscarriage twice last year.
Okay.
So it's quite bad. So I think it's turned out to be a positive, thing for me to write the song. So
It's
Rahsia
like an
Tuhan is like more on artificial, forced process,
Yeah.
and yet it's really sincerely
Yeah.
written down by me. It's like that.
By the way, your beautiful wife is right
Yeah,
here
she's
with
here,
us.
Akira.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Well,
So-
thank you for sharing this journey. Right?
Yes, and it's interesting, like as you mentioned, it's like a combination between the theme of the song and
Yeah.
your spiritual journey as well,
Yes, true.
with you and your wife. So how do you balance your personal message through, this type of music, especially when you try to, creating music as in general?
It's kind of hard for you to, because for me, writing music, it has to be sincerely from inside. Doesn't have to be, it cannot be fiction. But for this one, it's like in between, for a movie, there's a storyline. And yet I don't want to lose touch from the experience.
Yeah.
So, but it's flow just nice, I think, throughout the process. And yet, yeah, it took me 1 day.
One day,
Yeah.
in an island,
Yes.
one day.
But usually what people do is like in a short time and like maybe 6 hours to finish a song, just a melody and a progression. But for me, I remember this moment like I can't find the melody for the chorus. So I took my sayang, let's go have some Thai food. So we're on a bike, you know,
Yeah.
for dinner, looking for what tom yum. And then on the way back, I got the melody is there. So it's not really pushy in a way. Writing the
Yeah.
song is
And I think
so weird.
it resonates with a lot of people. I mean, coming from your own journey, and
Yeah.
we know how, especially right now, we're living in a conflict era. And we know how you're very supportive, and all of us are very supportive of our brothers and sisters in
Yes,
Palestine.
Palestine.
And
Yeah, man.
it seems that it really resonated not only the audiences in Malaysia, but audiences throughout the world. And how do you feel, this song that maybe comes from, a project from your friend that resonates to you and your wife's journey, and it resonates to everyone.
Yes.
That's Rahsia Tuhan.
Speaking of resonates to people outside my circle, right? If you have the time, you go to the YouTube, the official music video. If you go to the comment section, it's like what you call it? It's like a tempat orang curhat gitu.
Yeah.
So everyone
Well, people
write
are
their own personal struggles there.
Correct.
So in a way, I'm like, you don't have any expectation when you do music, right? So for Rahsia Tuhan, everyone is like, it's like relate to the song in a way.
Yes.
So different problems for the background in a way,
Right.
daily struggles. So for me, I feel like, my contribution is here maybe.
But how do you feel though that when you see that not only now people are kind of like conveying their trials and struggles and challenges in life, but hopefully with your song, they would understand that there's Rahsia Tuhan, there's God's, God will play in everything, in our days of life.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so blessed to have that, to be positioned here, Yeah, I'm just blessed, I'm happy.
And did you actually read all the comments there?
Yeah, I have to. I have to respond. I know to have that presence, liking their comments, like, give them like some hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they really respond like, thank you so much, no, taking your time. Yeah, I think that's the role of an artist. I think
Yes.
to inspire and make people happy. I think.
And how about the public in Malaysia, especially towards this song, the Rahsia
Yeah,
Tuhan?
that's the weird thing because I did the promo here in Indonesia. I spent 10 days doing promo radio and radio TV tour, right? For 10 days, not in Malaysia. I don't even send the song to radio.
Oh.
And yet it blew up in Malaysia. And then I'm still waiting that explosion in Indonesia, it didn't happen.
It's Rahsia Tuhan, you never know what's going to happen,
So it's so
You're
weird.
here
But in Malaysia, it really gives something, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I think we've listened to it. And I just, even though you just gave one performance right here, it already resonates to
much.
me. And you've always been very close to Indonesia. We're
Yes.
we're
Satu rumpun.
satu rumpun, we're family, we're brothers and sisters. How do you feel your connection with Indonesia and also our audiences here for your
Yeah,
music
true.
and your songs?
To say, I feel like half of me is Indonesian. Because my solo journey is like, the producer is from here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hang around with Sore boys,
Oh, yeah, of course.
man,
I know Sore, yeah.
And my producer is so from here.
Okay.
So part of some of the songs I recorded here.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't feel like an outsider here. Yeah.
Oh, you're a part of us.
Yeah, I'm part of.
You're a family, by the way.
Why you didn't actually promote your songs
Yeah.
in Malaysia first,
Yeah.
then Indonesia?
I don't know. I just don't feel like it. I feel like Rahsia Tuhan should be released here.
Okay.
This thing in my guts, like saying like, no, Malaysia, just let them be first. Yeah.
All right.
And I had a good time. That 10 days tour, that's the best time in my life, man. Being on the road, performing non-stop. Yeah.
And what about the audiences here in Indonesia and Malaysia? Do you think they're differ in a way in regards to music audiences or music scenes?
What I see throughout my solo career, the audience here is more in depth of my song. They really dig, instead of like Malaysia's, some of them like, okay, but Indonesia majority, it's like everyone's like, oh, what do you listen to? What inspired you to get this progression? I only have that in Indonesia.
I see.
Yeah. Like in Malaysia, like general fans,
Okay.
So-
That's talking about the market or the listeners, right? How about the production? How do you compare like the production here with Indonesia?
Indonesia have that grittiness, you know, that, how do I say grittiness? Dirtiness, which is Malaysia recording scene is too refined. Everyone is going towards that cleanliness in sound.
Okay.
But here, it's a good grittiness. I like that thing. So we don't have that in Malaysia. Sorry, Malaysian fan.
No.
Malaysian
No,
All
studio
Malaysia,
friends.
Indonesians, we all love you, by the way.
That's the thing with
Yes.
Indonesian studio. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I
We
mean,
have that.
You've been part of the half journey of your career is also, like you said, spent right here in Indonesia. Any memorable experiences other than working with all these music persona of Indonesia that you could be one of your remarkable moments in life that you can share,
I think
or there's just so many that you can choose off?
so many.
I don't-
Maybe.
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
one of it is I was invited for Sore's performance in synchronized fair.
Fast,
Last year,
right.
Yeah. So we have Sheila Majid on the other stage.
Yep.
Correct.
And I was performing with Sore to be that level, like, man, I'm here, man. I think that's part of the best moment.
And we thank you for you being here with us for
Yeah,
that
thank you
festival.
so much for having
definitely.
me.
No, thank you. But you mentioned about grittiness of Indonesian production. But how has the Indonesian production actually influenced your music, basically? I know Rahsia Tuhan is one of your latest one, but how about in general, does it really applies to how you progress to the future in your music?
If you ask me, it goes way back during school days. You know how that period during, I don't know if Indonesian realize that we have that Indonesian invasion period where we don't have new bands, then all the Indonesian came to Malaysia.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Zaman Ada Apa Dengan Cinta.
Yeah,
Dulu
I
Apa
remember
Dengan
the
Cinta.
era.
We were like being fit with new style because Malaysia is so common with rock, Malay gitu.
Right, yes.
And yet suddenly you have Ahmad Dhani with the jazz, aka progression. So I was inspired a lot by that. So I wanted to be a songwriter because of that, because of Dhani, Padi and all that.
Yeah.
Sebenarnya sih.
Yeah.
Oh,
But now you
I
have your own flavor, right?
Yeah.
You have your own
progress
flavor,
throughout the
right.
journey. Yeah, you found your own.
Like
belang.
your nuance of
Sebenarnya.
Noh Salleh itself.
So.
Now again, 2025 is
Yes.
a huge year also for you, no?
Amin.
January 17th is going to be a very special day. Now you've hinted of this upcoming project called Nirmala.
Nirmala.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
spill the tea just a little bit about this?
The funny thing is, Nirmala was written the day before I wrote Rahsia Tuhan.
That's it.
Rahsia Tuhan.
Oh
It
my
was in the
goodness.
same period. So
Okay.
I wrote under pressure. I wrote 4 songs, kan sayang? 3 songs within 4 days. So it's like
Within 4
Amazing.
days.
Okay, can you tell us which island did you guys go? Because this
it was
island
Langkawi, this island called
Langkawi.
almost next to Thailand, right?
Yes. A lot of creativity there, I guess, right?
under pressure.
Under pressure,
I
okay.
never had that. So this friend Nadia is like, I imagine I have this slow song and this upbeat song. So in my head, it's like, you have to write at least 3 songs. So one
Okay.
song per day. There was the discipline. So I have to write 1 song per day.
Under
Right.
pressure.
Under
right?
pressure. So you wrote 4 songs.
Yes.
So Rahsia Tuhan.
Rahsia Tuhan and Nirmala is kind of the one that shine, I think.
Okay.
And
Is it
if
the
you
other
ask
two will
me
be-
what's Nirmala is the continuity of Rahsia
Rahsia
Tuhan.
Tuhan.
A similar storyline. Someone lose their children or lose someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the music is like same nuance or?
More upbeat. Can
Upbeat.
Should I say? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. In regards to Nirmala, though,
Please wait 7
I know.
I don't want to spoil.
I'm
I don't want
trying
to.
Can you?
We're trying to dig
I don't want to
right
spoil
now,
the
but
all right.
and he kept on looking there. I'm like trying to dig. Okay, but again, with Rahsia Tuhan, you're actually started from here, from Indonesia for 10 days. You went to like tours and like radios and whatnot, to introduce Rahsia Tuhan. What about Nirmala? Is this something that's going to be the other way around? That's going to be more publicly?
So hoping for sponsors. So anyone who's watching, terserah budget sih sebenarnya. Yeah, we're still looking for, inshallah.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the plan.
Yes.
But then we gonna change the route. I think we're gonna reach more solo and because the last one was just Bandung and Jakarta,
Okay.
and that was one hell of a tour. We don't have that much radio station in Malaysia.
Yes.
Like in Indonesia, when you say a radio tour, it's gonna be like 4 radio stations per day.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Malaysia, you can finish everything in one day. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah.
This is very particular because, before we're going to jump in more to Nirmala, because some of the, music or musicians right now, they don't take that route anymore to go into radios. So I think find it very interesting in this age, days and age, that you're still, go to radios. What made you make that decision? Because I think radio is still very pivotal, especially for the
Because radio here in Indonesia, they're still like naturally, they're still in touch with the listeners.
Yes.
They still receive requests from phone calls,
Correct.
and emails, and WhatsApp. I don't think we have that in Malaysia anymore.
I see.
So when they say
or around the world. I mean, it seems
Yeah.
right because now
So
with,
it's
like,
still-
the rest.
Indonesia is one of a kind, so I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
So after Jakarta, Bandung, you plan to go to Solo and other cities
Yeah,
as well in
maybe.
Indonesia?
Inshallah, maybe Bali, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we only follow the demographic in Spotify, where our listeners like, oh, we should,
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, for those of you that, for those of your listeners that have been very captured with Rahsia Tuhan, how do you think they'll be captured with your, next one, Nirmala?
That's the scariest thing, You have that thing blew up before, and you're hoping it gets bigger. So I don't really put hope much, but except that I hope it touches more hearts compared Rahsia Tuhan.
Okay.
If you say the topic is success, I think it's more on reach out the soul, sebenarnya.
All right.
Like what Rahsia Tuhan did,
Yes.
right? Oh, awesome.
Yes. Now, Rahsia Tuhan, Nirmala, 19 years of your career, what is your goals in life, especially maybe in your career and the journey of your life, Noh Salleh?
Wow, it's kind of hard.
Deep, huh? Deep.
I mean, because your songs are very deep. Our
Yeah,
question needs to be
but it's
deep.
really hard to answer. I think, my goal is to keep on do music and keep inspiring and keep being inspired by people
Yes.
and healthy.
Of course. And happy.
And happy.
And remember, happy wife is a happy life.
Amin.
So, with that said, our prayers and our love for
From
both of you.
Carol. Right.
A trap.
Coming from a wife myself, I'm saying that, of course. So, Noh Salleh, thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
thank
being
you
here
so
in our
much.
studio.
Thank you.
It is such a great pleasure.
All the best
Yes.
Amin.
for Rahsia Tuhan and Nirmala,
Nirmala.
and also for the rest of your career as well in music. Thank you so much.
so much.
All right, folks, that was Noh
Noh
Salleh.
Salleh.
Yes.
All right, now time for a break now. And after that, we have more updates for you only on See Today. Love that.